Hello everyone, my name is Abe Weeks. I'm here to inform you a little bit about Niagara Falls. In 1850, Charles Dickens wrote, "Blinded by its mist and deafened by its roar," referring to the wonder known as Niagara Falls. According to the May 5th, 2002 edition of the New York Times, 15 million people visit Niagara Falls a year. Niagara Falls hasn't always been there though. It was formed approximately 100,000 years ago. Today it is a large tourist attraction, a large source of hydroelectric power. Today I'll begin talking about Niagara Falls and how it's formed. Second, I will talk about how it is a tourist attraction, and finally, as a great source of hydroelectric power that it supplies. According to the August 29th, 2009 issue of Science News, they claim that about 100,000 years ago, thick sheets of ice covered the region. About 13,000 years ago, the sheets of ice began to melt and retreated northward, and water began to accumulate. The surrounding lake levels rose, and the falls began to rage. Ice once again began to retreat northward, and the falls slowed to a trickle. Then man redirected water from Lake Superior to Lake Michigan, then to Lake Huron and to Lake Erie, down the Niagara River, over the falls into Lake Ontario. The Columbia Electric Encyclopedia tells us in 1954 a rock slide occurred and tall slope formed with a pile of rocks at the bottom of the falls. In 1969, water was diverted for several months so the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers could study the rock slide. Now on average, 40 million gallons of water flows over the falls per second. Now we will talk about Niagara Falls as a tourist attraction. The New York Times also stated that 70% of the 15 million people that visit Niagara Falls per year are from the United States alone. Around 800 marriages also take place there per year. The July 2001 Alternatives Journal tells us that Niagara Falls meant honeymoon during the 19th century. It was popularized by advertisements. According to the Travel Trade Gazette of the United Kingdom and Ireland, January 2010 edition, there are several ways to view the falls. One way is to flight see over the falls in a glass floor helicopter, and another way is to ride the Made of Mist boat, which also gets you up close and wet. Finally, we will discuss what most people don't know about Niagara Falls, which is that half the water is diverted for electricity, and it generates 6 times as much power as the Hoover Dam. The March 13th, 1950 Time edition reported that the Treman-Niagara Diversion Treaty of 1950 said a minimal amount of water was reserved for the falls so that enough water could be seen going over the falls, and the remaining was diverted in half for both sides, the United States and Canada, for power generation. The August 1st, 2006 Christian Science Monitor magazine stated both sides diverted 50 to 75% of the water to tunnels to run electric turbines, which go to the Sir Adam Beck generating system that powers 13 generators. This power is divided up in 7 power plants, 5 located in Canada and 2 in the United States. Power from the falls is enough to power 160,000 homes, generates 10 billion kilowatt hours annually, and it supports manufacturing of chemicals, silverware, sports equipment, machinery, and paper products. In conclusion, Niagara Falls is one of the greatest natural phenomena, so on your next visit, remember how Niagara Falls is formed, how it attracts people as a tourist attraction, and that it is a large source of hydroelectric power.